My question is regarding wasilah. Is it right or wrong? Many people, they quote the verse of the glorious Quran from Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter number 5, verse number 35. First, let us understand what is wasilah. Wasilah, it basically refers to intercession, and another meaning of wasilah is gaining closeness towards someone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran, Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter number 5, verse number 35, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ittaqullaha wabtaghu ilayhi al-wasilah. That, oh, you believe, fear Allah and gain closeness towards Him. This verse of the glorious Quran talks about fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through ibadah, through acts of worship. So the more we worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more it will draw us closer towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The more we do dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more we will be drawn closer towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this verse of the glorious Quran merely talks about gaining closeness towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through ibadah, through acts of worship. Asking any individual who has passed away, or asking the dead, or doing dua to the dead, it is against the teachings of Islam. We see certain people that they go to the graveyard, they revere the graveyard, and they do dua to the graveyard, thinking that these righteous people will intercede for them. This is against the teachings of Islam. If you want to do dua, we should do dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the glorious Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 186, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي عَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ. That when my servant calls upon me, say, I respond to the call of the caller. So, doing dua to a person who has passed away, or a person who's dead, or going to the graveyard, revering the graveyard, doing dua, it is against the teachings of Islam. We see several practices. People go to the graveyard, they perform tawaf, circumambulate around the graveyard, they go and put roses and revere the graveyard. All of this, it is against the teachings of Islam. The Prophet, peace be upon him, did not do it, nor did the Sahaba do it. You should ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly, and if you meet any individual person, you can ask him, a living person, but naturally you can ask him that to do dua for you. There is no problem in it. Or if you see a righteous person, there is no problem in this as well. But asking from the dead, it should not be done. As far as intercession is concerned, our beloved Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he will intercede for us human beings, for certain believers on the Day of Judgment, by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this will be the honor that will be given to our beloved Prophet Muhammad. May peace and blessings be upon him.